Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day, my friends. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a like, leave me a comment, and by all means, share it with somebody who might get something out of it. Everybody, thank you all so much for being here. Guys, if I look a little like I just got out of bed, it's because I just got out of bed. It's a rainy, chilly day here in Boston. Work has really been picking up. I've been staying a lot busier lately, and so when I finished my work a little bit early today, and being my off day from the gym, I came home at 3 o'clock and I took a nap. It's 6 o'clock now, so I just had a nice 3 hour nap. And I say these things, guys, because I want you to know it's okay. I don't feel guilty for that. I feel good for that. Today, I try to listen to what my body's telling me and not what my schedule tells me it should be. And that's been a huge difference for me, guys. And, that's what it's all about. In the past, I would have been like, I feel so guilty right now. Well, here, first of all, in the past, I wouldn't have known what my body needed because I was just so medicated, you know what I mean? If I took a nap, it was because I probably hadn't slept. Honestly, I didn't take a nap. I didn't sleep for 15, 16 days at a time, and I passed out for 3 or 4 days. It was absolutely terrible. I hate going back, but and again, I bring these things up to let you guys know that, if you feel like you need a nap and you're living up to your best, you listen to what your body's telling you. I know I needed a nap this afternoon because I haven't been resting as much as I probably should be. Although I've been not overly taxing myself, but I'm staying more busy than I probably should between work, the gym, my meetings, my doctor's appointments, my therapist appointments, doing my videos here, posting on TikTok, and then engaging with others. I've been taking on a bunch of endeavors where I'm helping some other people out, and that's their personal business, so I don't put that out here. But I haven't had as much time for myself as I had on in early recovery, and that's to be expected. It's part of life. But I only say these things because, guys, listen to your body. If you're tired and you have an opportunity, stop and rest, take a nap. There's nothing wrong with that. I would much prefer, and I enjoy the fact. I was actually talking to a friend of mine last night that I hadn't seen in a while, and she was amazed by the things that I'm doing in my life. And you know what, guys, it felt absolutely amazing. Like in the past, I would always exaggerate and add this to this and this, just trying to mask the bullshit. You know what I mean? And last night, like I had an honest conversation, and she was generally thrilled, very very proud of everything I'm doing. Actually shocked to the extent of what I'm doing. And one of the biggest ones was I told her, I said, I haven't turned my TV on since, other than I did watch the Super Bowl, but other than that, I haven't turned my TV on since November. And she was blown away by that because literally, guys, I was either at work or home, vegging in front of the TV with no energy, no motivation, watching God knows what. I could watch the same program 10 times and swear it was the first time because I had no mental capacity, and that's terrible and it's a shame. But I don't mind talking about it now because it couldn't be further from the truth today, guys. My life is so blessed today, and it's because of the work that I'm doing, guys. I don't like to, you do the work, you reap the rewards. And I get on and I share these lessons with you guys because it's so incredibly powerful, and I want everybody to step up. Like I always talk about, guys. If you're in recovery, if you're just trying to, make your life better, the more you put into it, the more you can get out of it. And the more you align yourself with your higher power and your soul's true path, the more rewarding it's going to be because everything you do will have purpose. Everything you do now will have purpose. But when you get intentional about what the purpose and what the reasons behind what you do are, it becomes something so much more grand. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today, guys, and I love it. The Just for Today NA meditation is changing motives. When we finally get our selfish motives out of the way, we begin to find a peace that we never imagined possible. As a matter of fact, I'm going to read the whole thing, so bear with me. I'm going to move the camera here for a second. As we examine our beliefs, our actions, and our motives in recovery, we'll find that sometimes we do things for the wrong reasons. In early recovery, we may have spent a great deal of money or time on people, wanting only for them to like us. Later on, that we find that we still spend money on people, but our motives have changed. We do it because we like them. Or perhaps we get romantically involved because somehow we felt hollow inside and we're seeking fulfillment through another person. Now our reasons for romantic involvement are based on a desire to share our already rewarding lives with an equal partner. Maybe we get used to work the steps because we're afraid we won't get into that. We have a new purpose in life today, and our changing motives reflect that. We have so much more to offer than our needs and insecurities. We have developed a wholesomeness of spirit, and a peace of mind that moves our recovery into a new realm. We extend our love and share our recovery with complete generosity, and that is the difference. And the difference we make is legacy that we leave for those who yet to join us. And then the affirmation is, just for today in recovery, my motives have changed. I want to do things for the right reason, not for my personal benefit. Today, I will examine my motives. And guys, I love that. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm 100% there, but that is exactly what I'm experiencing. You know, I try to be honest and I try to be vulnerable with you guys on here. And I'll tell you right now, I have moments that I get lonely. And there are times that I want to run out and go find somebody to date. And then I take a step back and I'm like, you know what? Everything I need in my life is being delivered to me on a silver platter today because I'm being so incredibly intentional with everything I'm doing. So I stop and I examine my motives and say, yeah, okay, so I'm a little lonely. So you know what I do? I double down and I focus and I engage with people online in my different self-help groups, not in a romantic issue. I'm not spending time on dating sites and I'm not engaging with all the scams that are trying to hit me up on TikTok because guys, you know what? That's not what it's about. When the fact that I'm still alone means that I'm not ready. It's as simple as that. And God will bring somebody into my life when he knows that I'm ready to handle that. And that's how I live today, guys. So again, I'm only human. I have my moments, but again, I'm so incredible. And guys, when I start to feel a little down, something like that. I mean, this is why I said to you, because guys, I'm sure a lot of people are going through this. Stop and look at what you have going on. Stop and look at all the beauty around you, right? If I stop and I'm going to get a little personal here, but if I stop and re-examine the last time I was anywhere near close to this this far into recovery, and it was nothing like it is now. I didn't have the spirituality. I had my, I had gotten into faith a little bit, but I hadn't done anything near like I'm doing now. I found an NA home group, and I was getting a little active, but I was just testing the waters, dipping my toes in, recovery. Where this time, and I was in the halfway house, so it was mostly programmed. Today I'm doing everything for myself, in and of myself, and that's the beauty of it today, guys. It is so much more powerful when you're doing it for the, because again, where your attention goes, energy flows, right? So, the reason I bring this up is last time I got, what it was is I got healthy, I got a job, I put some money together, and then immediately a pretty girl caught my eye on Facebook, and we started talking. Next thing you know, I was flying out to Las Vegas to meet her. A week later, we were married. And 2 weeks later, she was a very, very suffering blackout daily drinker who couldn't get out of bed and not not have a drink the second she got out of bed because she'd shake and go, it was bad. And again, I'm so glad I did because she ended up being my wife. But the two of us did eventually get sober and clean together. And I would never go backwards because again, I will always have love for my ex-wife. But she took me out. I was working, 80, 90 hours a week, making great money, and then I bring this, this younger girl in, and I'm flying her around, and I'm showing her around, and then she's getting blackout drunk and beating me up and calling the police and jumping out of my truck and causing all this chaos. And within a couple of weeks, I'm doing drugs just to be able to get up in the morning to go to work, and that took me out of my recovery literally within weeks. And that started that 7-year run that I just had. In the end, she finally got sober out of medical necessity. And again, I don't say that to belittle. I'm so happy that today she's sober and thriving. As a matter of fact, she's the friend that I was speaking with last night. And she's doing amazingly well. Between being homesick and the fact that she got sober and I was still here doing drugs behind her back. And guys, I had so much resentment for her at the time. She finally left me. I said, if you're going to keep lying to me about using drugs, I'm out of here. Now, my insecurity set and said, well, I'm not getting blackout drunk and doing this and doing that, and I'm paying the bills and I'm supporting you, and how dare you leave me when I need you the most? And I had all this resentment. And when she left, and again, we did it without a fight. We actually stayed very friendly. I had to admit, yeah, you're right. You keep catching me using drugs. No, I'm not going to stop. And we stayed very good friends. We actually had a very easy divorce. I packed her up and sent her back home to Vegas, and then the wheels came off because I said, all right, now I can get high like I want to. And I started smoking crack and just, it got terrible. It's that last run that I was on that brought me to where I am, and I'm so incredibly grateful for every bit of it because it brought me to where I am today. But now it's funny. I was talking to her last night, and for the first time, I literally and didn't even realize what I was doing. It came out of nowhere. All of a sudden, out of the blue, I'm like, she apologized for leaving me, and I'm like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, you're absolutely right. I was fucking doing heroin behind your back, and I was lying to you every day, and I was going to continue doing so until God knows when. So I'm like, it needed to happen. It needed to happen the way it did, and I apologized, and I meant it from my heart, and that felt good, and that's exactly what this just for today NA meditation is talking about. It's the fact that my motives have changed. Who I am has changed, and I'm so incredibly I'm so incredibly happy about that. Forgive me, I was getting a phone call. It throws me off when the phone's trying to beep in. I'll call them back. This is more important. But that's the beauty of it today, guys. Like that's the first time I've said that and been completely honest about it. I've always told everybody else, oh yeah, the ex-wife wanted to go back home. No, she left me because she continuously caught me doing drugs, and we couldn't, we couldn't rub two things together. I couldn't hold down a good job. I couldn't open my business. We weren't going anywhere. Nothing. It was stagnant, and I was just getting high, and I love the fact that I can admit that today. And again, at the same time, I think it was for the best because I needed to focus on myself, and I'm glad everything worked out the way that it did. I'm so incredibly grateful for the opportunity to do this again right, and that's what I told last night. So I'm sorry, but I need to focus on myself right now. Things are going good because I'm finally giving myself the attention that I need, healing from the things that I did, and I'm not ready to take on the responsibility of somebody else right now, as much as I might want to, because yeah, I get lonely and it'd be fun, and I feel like I'm this rock star right now because I got so many good things going. But at the end of the day, if I take that on too early, that's exactly what caused me problems last time. And I don't want to do that today. There's no need of that today. I don't want that problem. I would rather focus on what I'm focusing on, engage in the world around me, and when it naturally comes, then I'll work. Because there's no doubt in my mind that someday I'm going to meet somebody that I'm going to start dating again. I mean, I'm, in the best shape of my life. I'm the best version of me that's ever walked the earth. I'm thriving, and I've got good things going on. So yes, it's inevitable that I will find somebody, but I'm not going to go chase it because I'm lonely. Because just like when you go grocery shopping when you're hungry, you end up with a whole bunch of junk food. Well, I don't want to go. I don't want to go date shopping and end up with a whole bunch of junk bait. You know what I mean, guys? And that's the beauty of it today, guys. For once in my life, I can see these things coming, and I can make sense of what's going on, and I can actually sit and honestly look at myself. Because you know what, the ego side of me says, oh my God, I want to go show off. I want to go show somebody how great I am. And then the spiritual side of me says, when it's ready, it'll happen on its own. Just like everything else. I haven't chased anything in this recovery other than just being the best version of myself every day. And the beautiful things that are happening for me are amazing. And I'm so incredibly proud that I can share that today. So what I do, and so I go out and I continue to do the right things for the right reason because it's the right thing to do. I share. I try to make a difference everywhere I go, and it's beautiful, guys. And it's literally. And so what it tells me is that when I do eventually find my next relationship, or God brings me to my next relationship, it's going to be the most amazing, healthy, perfect. Really, not perfect, but I should never use the word perfect. That's an illusion, guys. And that's another thing, guys. Keep that in mind. When you chase perfection, we often stay stagnant because we're afraid nothing's good enough yet. It's literally an excuse to do nothing. So don't ever chase perfection. What I'm saying is, if I allow God to bring me my next relationship, because I can't say that. I've dated some nice, some good people over the years, but I've also chased some terrible situation over the years. I don't always make the best decisions, particularly if it's out of just physical attraction. I'd rather, wait and see. Physical attraction is usually important. Again, it's getting a little personal. I'm going to just look at where I'm at, focus where I need to focus, because I've got so many incredibly beautiful opportunities. And I think when I start wanting to share that with somebody right now, that's that sense of fear of success, knowing I'm stepping into that next level. And that's the old me trying to bring me back, saying, no, if you go, you go get a damaged girl you can fix right now. You can blow all your money. You can get stuck in the same routine, and you won't have to step up to the plate and become that great version of you that's coming down the pike right now. And for once in my life, I see that, and I'm so incredibly happy about that. And I'm not overly proud to say that that's part of who I am, But I'm glad that I can see it and I can arrest it and I can get away from that today, because that tells me that growth is happening and spiritual growth is happening, and that I will make it to that next level. Because, guys, all my life I wanted that next level, but part of it was, just whatever damage that was done when I was a kid that I'm not working on now. I didn't have a healthy relationship to see, so I don't think I chased healthy relationships. And when I did, I think I sabotaged them in the past. And I won't do that today, because I won't get into one until I'm ready. I don't know when it's going to be. Not going to worry about it. I'm just go back and I'm going to focus on what I need to focus on. I've got so many beautiful things happen in my life today. The opportunities with the business, the friendships, my AA group, my YouTube family here. I love you guys more than anything. This is helping me be the best version of me and help me figure out what I really want in life, to be the better person. And that's everything to me. Guys, we're going to keep it at that. It's a Wednesday cold night. The viewership's way down. I don't really have all of that figured out, but it's all good. People who watch the video, these are timeless anyway. You watch it when you watch it, and I hope you get something out of it. Guys, always remember, God loves you. I love you. Thank you so very much for being here. Please step up. Be introspective. When you start watching the motives for what you do, honestly, you can make huge changes. And when you do them with your hand in God, your life will become blessed beyond your wildest dreams. Guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. God loves you. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow.